This news at 6 starts right now.
Now on Eyewitness News at 6.
It's called Libre's Law, a law to protect animals from abuse. It's been so successful that some animal shelters say they're being overwhelmed by the calls for help. I'm Andy Mahalish with that story coming up on Eyewitness News.
And
why do you have to do that? Doesn't make sense to me.
Authorities arrest a man accused of a string of robberies targeting veterans.
plus,
We have a lot of plans on the drawing board to continue that growth here.
The big projects bringing jobs back to one area community.
proudly covering all of northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is Eyewitness News at 6 in high definition.
Good Thursday evening, everyone. Glad you could spend some time with us tonight. I'm Nick Toma.
And I'm Candace Kelly. A new state law aimed at protecting animals from abuse is working so well. It's causing concerns that animal shelters may soon be overwhelmed.
It's called Libre's Law, and it toughens the penalties for animal abuse, and it widens the scope of what is considered abuse. Lead I-Team reporter Andy Mahalchik has been looking into the impact of Libre's Law. He joins us live from Plains Township with details. Andy?
Well, officials here at the Luzerne County SPCA say without a doubt they're seeing a big-time increase in the number of calls about alleged animal abuse, and they attribute that to Libre's Law. Of course, that law was named after an abused dog from Lancaster County, but they say it's a labor of love they must and will deal with. The Luzerne County SPCA is always filled with animals looking for loving homes. In fact, many of these were removed from their previous homes because someone reported they were being abused by their owners. Some of these dogs were seized earlier this month from a Luzerne County family because they were allegedly left in the bitter cold without adequate shelter for an extended period of time, something that is a violation of Libre's Law. It is now a felony.
Our call volumes have gone up, and we appreciate it. Our community, we're only as good as the vigilance of our community. They need to let us know what's going on out there so that we can send officers out to take a look.
Humane Officer Wayne Harvey says he's never been so busy, and he thinks much of that has to do with Libre's Law. Some people are even bringing their animals to the SPCA because they know they can't properly take care of them.
I think people are starting to get the idea that they can be cited quite severely, as a matter of fact, under Libre's Law, and I think they're actually abiding by it. Of course, there's always certain ones that do not.
Could it put a burden on you guys down the road?
I mean, there is that concern, but that is a bridge we'll cross and see our way through like we see any situation that comes to our attention.
Christina Harvey supports the SPCA. She was happy to hear that Libre's Law is making a difference.
I'm glad that people are taking initiative and helping some of the animals that are chained constantly outside and helping them up in this weather.
I also spoke to Marge Bart, the owner of the Blue Chip Farm Animal Refuge in the back mountain of Luzerne County. She told me that they've seen a 50% increase in the number of calls about alleged animal abuse and a 20% increase in the animals brought to her shelter since the new law took effect last year. Reporting outside the Luzerne County SPCA in Plains Township, Andy Mahalchik, Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Andy. Before Libre's Law, people accused of animal abuse would often face small fines. The penalties were similar to traffic tickets, but now they could see serious jail time.
Well, we can see the light at the end of the tunnel finally. We've got warmer temperatures coming our way.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Josh Odell's on the rooftop with all the details. Hey, Josh.
All right, Candace and Nick, we are looking at some warmer weather in our direction in the next couple of days, so that certainly is a good spot for us to be in. Let me go and show you our current temperatures right now, and we're looking at generally 20s, except for Mount Pocono. It's 18. 24 Selinsgrove, 21 in Hazleton. Clouds, we don't really have to worry about them, and we don't really need to think about rain or snow over the next couple of days. Just kind of cold tonight. Lows will be between 10 and 15. When you need a weather forecast, just download the Eyewitness Weather app. It will be in the palm of your hands. We'll get you into that warmer weekend, Nick and Candace, when I see you downstairs.
Okay, Josh, thanks. A Scranton man is locked up tonight after state police say he broke into several veterans organizations.
Troopers say Brian Spangenberg burglarized facilities in Mayfield and Covington Township, and in one case, he allegedly broke into the same VFW 3 times in 1 week. Eyewitness News reporter Eric Dable is live in Covington Township with all the details tonight. Eric?
Nick, this is that VFW post 5207 that was broken into 3 times back in late November. State police say it was the suspect's vehicle and cell phone records that helped troopers track him down. The Mayfield American Legion Post 601 is a place where veterans like to come and socialize. In late November, state police say Brian Spangenberg broke into this building and stole several cash boxes. Roughly $3,300 was taken.
Most of our proceeds goes to the community. You know, we buy stuff for the police and baseball and this and all that. And it's kind of sad how that money was gone.
William Bowen runs the bar at this American Legion. He's happy an arrest has been made. What would you want to say to this guy?
Do I have to say it? Apologies won't help.
Besides Mayfield, troopers say Spangenberg also broke into VFW Post 5207 near Daleville 3 times in 1 week. He was caught on surveillance video, and it's a picture of his car, a yellow Monte Carlo, that helped troopers solve this crime. Investigators say after surveillance images of the vehicle were shown on television, he painted a front bumper to try and cover his tracks, but it didn't work.
I think it's awful because veterans do nothing but help people, so to target them.
Emily Foss opened a tanning salon right across the street from the VFW post just before the break-in started. She still has a lot of questions.
Why the VFWs and why in general? Why do you have to do that? It doesn't make sense to me.
Now, even though Brian Spangenberg allegedly broke into this VFW post 3 times last year, he never really took anything of major value. Officials say he did more property damage here than anything else, about $2,500 in all. They're now hoping he gets more than a slap on the wrist if convicted. We're live tonight in Covington Township. Eric Dable, Eyewitness News.
Eric, thank you for the update there. An Elephant man arrested today on child rape charges denies the allegations.
I'm innocent, and I'll prove my innocence.
That is Gary Cooper there as he was led out of the Taylor Police Department in handcuffs. Investigators say the 40-year-old had inappropriate sexual contact with 2 young girls for several years in both Lackawanna and Luzerne counties. One of the girls was just 4 when the abuse allegedly began.
A sad update out of Harrisburg tonight on a deadly officer-involved shooting. The U.S. Marshals has identified a deputy marshal killed in the line of duty today. Investigators say Deputy Christopher Hill was shot and killed while serving a warrant for the arrest of a woman. They say a man in the home, who has been identified as Kevin Sturgis, shot at Hill and the other officers with him. They returned fire and Sturgis was killed. 1 other officer was injured. Deputy Hill was an 11-year veteran of the U.S. Marshals Service. During that time, he led the search for Eric Freen in our region back in 2009.
During the manhunt, he was chosen to be in command of a large group of Deputy U.S. Marshals, FBI agents, and Pennsylvania State Troopers. They conducted numerous woodland searches, as you are all well aware, in this state.
The Dauphin County District Attorney says they will investigate the shooting, but adds that it appears that shooting by police of the suspect is justified. New tonight at 6, an execution date has been set for a man convicted of a murder nearly 8 years ago in Monroe County. Today, the Department of Corrections secretary signed a notice setting Charles Ray Hicks' execution for March 9th. In 2008, Hicks murdered a woman from Williamsport, cut her body into pieces, put them in garbage bags, and then scattered those bags on interstates in multiple counties. He was sentenced to death in 2015.
A surprising stat out of Hazleton tonight: crime is down. In fact, over the past 2 years, crime has dropped about 40%. It seems like we're reporting on crime in the city every day there, but Hazleton's police chief tells us it is a crime that was solved or stopped while it was being committed. So if you break down the numbers, the chief says violent crimes like murder and robbery are down 50%. He says the public is also making a big difference.
The community has given us so many leads, has cooperated with us, sees us as legitimate, which is 21st century policing.
Other cities in our area that also saw a drop in crime include Wilkes-Barre and Scranton.
Next on Eyewitness News at 6, get those resumes updated. Hundreds of new jobs are coming to our area, and we'll take a look at who will soon be putting out the now hiring signs in 2 minutes.
But first, check out the photo of the day. Carol took this picture of a couple of birds braving the snow for a little snack at the old bird feeder. If you have a photo you'd like to share, post it to our Eyewitness News Facebook page.
You're watching Eyewitness News on WBRE, your home for the Super Bowl and the Olympic Winter Games. With Candace Gully, Nick Toma, Chief Meteorologist Josh Chodell, and Sports Director A.J. Donatoni. Join the conversation. Like Eyewitness News on Facebook. Breaking news, local stories, weather alerts, and iTeam. Be the first to know. Like Eyewitness News on Facebook.
Small businesses create jobs, and SCORE helps create and grow these small businesses. SCORE is a volunteer organization that provides free business counseling to local businesses. Call us at 570-500-0249.
Hey, need fast heartburn relief? Try Cool Mint Zantac. It releases a cooling sensation in your mouth and throat. Zantac works in as little as 30 minutes. Nexium can take 24 hours. Try Cool Mint Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
Want to be a luxurious hand cream?
Luxurious hand cream? My hands get so dry and cracked from constant washing, I need serious relief. That's why I use O'Keeffe's Working Hands, the #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief of dry, cracked hands. Thanks to O'Keeffe's, I got my hands back.
Buy with confidence. Buy from Fairfield, a name you've trusted for over 30 years. Visit any of our 9 locations today to purchase a quality pre-owned Fairfield vehicle. You're getting a Fairfield certified vehicle that's been through rigorous background and history checks, even a 125-point safety inspection. All for your peace of mind. See our entire inventory online 24 hours a day at FairfieldAutoGroup.com. A Fairfield pre-owned is a trusted pre-owned. You're going to love us.
Small businesses create jobs, and SCORE helps create and grow these small businesses. If you have business experience as an owner, manager, or educator, we need your help. Call us at 570-500-0249.
Rooftop Weather is brought to you by Anzalone Law Offices. Medical malpractice? Call Anzalone Law. This is Eyewitness News at 6 in high definition.
A new project will create about 200 jobs in the Poconos. Construction workers are building a state-of-the-art distribution center, which is expected to open later this year. Eyewitness News reporter Brianna Strunk has the details.
A cold, windy day didn't stop crews from working on this latest venture within New Ventures Park in Blakesley.
Very aggressive construction schedule.
Soon, this structure will become a 1 million square foot distribution center for American Tire Distributors, a North Carolina-based company serving the United States and Canada. It's expected to open this October. Henry Steinberg is with the development group leading the $70 million project.
So they have to bring the tires into the warehouse, then resort them based on customer orders and send them out to regional, smaller distribution facilities, which then go out to the places where the everyday consumer buys their tires.
This creates 80 new permanent jobs in management and warehouse operations, plus 120 construction jobs.
And what that is we're not only creating the jobs here in Tomiana Township, but we're creating a quality of life that helps stimulate the job creation.
That project's happening next to another new project, this travel plaza right off Interstate 80.
And we have a lot of plans on the drawing board to continue that growth here.
State Representative Jack Rader says new development helps keep unemployment numbers down locally.
I want to spur economic development, spur job creation, good jobs, and try and get more jobs in the area, and that's what we're trying to do here.
Digging in to a new project. In Blakesley, Brianna Strunk, Eyewitness News.
There's no word yet when American Tire Distributors will begin taking applications or how much those jobs will pay. And in an Eyewitness News follow-up tonight to the task of getting Amazon to build their second headquarters in the Keystone State, 2 Pennsylvania cities have made the short list, Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. They are among 20 locations that Amazon is considering. Now, back in the fall, some leaders in our region sent a proposal to Amazon to bring the headquarters here. They sent a box filled with items to help prevent a zombie apocalypse. It may not have worked, but if Amazon chooses Philly or Pittsburgh, it could bring 50,000 jobs to the state.
Work continues tonight on the aquarium moving into the marketplace at Steamtown in Scranton. In fact, today construction of the Electric City Aquarium took a big step forward. Crews are starting to install the structural steel that will reinforce the floor at the marketplace to accommodate the weight of the water tanks. The installation is expected to take about a week or so. The hope is to have the Electric City Aquarium open by the end of April.
Several water main breaks in a Schuylkill County community are turning streets into sheets of ice. The cold temperatures combined with the old pipes in Shenandoah are causing them to bust.
But hey, we got a break in sight in terms of warm weather. Chief Meteorologist Josh O'Dell tracking the big warm up next.
The forecast is brought to you by the Foley Law Firm, Scranton and Stroudsburg.
Time and time again, we see the strength of people in the face of adversity.
There's nothing left.
Those are the stories we share, the stories of selflessness. While this was burning, you were saving other homes. The stories that connect us.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Toyota is known for legendary reliability with a full line of cars, trucks, and SUVs that are built to last. So visit buyatoyota.com for special offers. And every new Toyota comes with 2 years of no-cost scheduled maintenance. Toyota, let's go places.
I'm Gary.
And I'm Zona in the Bloomsburg store.
And we are Woody's Fireplace, a family-owned business providing ambience and warmth for your home with wood, gas, or coal stoves and fireplaces for almost 40 years.
Let our certified technicians install and maintain the attractive and efficient fireplace or stove you've always wanted from our wide range of high-quality in-stock products. Stop by one of our 3 showrooms and browse our unique finished displays.
Warmth from our family to yours.
Mercedes-Benz 4MATIC all-wheel drive system makes the most of available traction by optimally engaging all 4 wheels. It's the difference between coping with the elements and making the elements beg for mercy. 4MATIC all-wheel drive is available on more vehicles than ever before. Lease the GLC 300 4MATIC for $469 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Just like magic, Progressive gives you options based on your budget.
You ever feel like cliche foil characters scheming against a top insurer for no reason? Nah. So, why don't we like Flo? She has the name your price tool and we want it. But why? Why don't we actually do any work?
Why do you only own 1 suit?
It's just the way it is, underdeveloped office character. You're right. Thanks, Bill. No, you're Bill. I'm Tom. You know what? No one cares.
Toyota has a great selection of 4-wheel drive trucks, including full-size Tundras. And you can get one right now with 0.9% APR or up to $1,250 cash back from Toyota. It's time to reconsider what drives you. Toyota, let's go places.
Now your Eyewitness weather forecast. Named Weather Rate's most accurate forecast since 2008.
Good evening. We're gearing up for the weekend here. I hope you are too. It's looking a little bit warmer than some of the stuff we've been dealing with here the past couple of days. Our satellite radar, well, it's pretty quiet. In fact, it's going to stay quiet tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday. So in LaPorte and let's say Eagles Mere, we're in decent shape here. Here's a pretty cool picture from Stacy in Packard Township. Looks like a postcard, doesn't it? Send me your weather pictures. Easy. Email address. It is pahomepage.com. And you can see here on our live camera in Catawissa, I see the buses there. I guess they're probably going to eventually be getting them ready for school tomorrow morning. How about it, right? Here's a look at where things are going to stack up tomorrow morning. I'm expecting temperatures generally in the teens, but most of us between about 10 and 15, but with a little bit of sunshine and a nice southwest wind tomorrow. Look where these numbers go. We're in the 30s. We're thinking low and mid 30s. I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of spots actually kiss that 40-degree mark. So we're slowly warming things up, and I know we're kind of excited for that, but I know some of us are concerned about the ice jam threat on some of the bigger rivers. It is a minor threat through the weekend. We have a couple of things working in our favor. First of all, it is going to be a slow snow melt. So that helps out. Second, there's no rain in the forecast through Saturday or Sunday. So that's going to help us out too. We're watching it, we're keeping an eye on things, and should anything change, we're going to let you know, so make sure you keep watching. In the meantime, we're probably all going to be watching, or at least many of us will be watching, a pretty big football game on Sunday, right? Vikings and the Eagles, low to mid-40s Sunday evening. Not too bad for the end of January, right? Here's your Eyewitness weather forecast. A little cold tonight, lows between 10 and 15. Tomorrow, a little bit warmer in the afternoon, mostly to partly sunny skies, highs in the mid-30s. Saturday and Sunday, we're in the 40s. The next chance of rain may not be until later Monday night, and Tuesday. When you need a weather forecast, just go to pahomepage.com. You know, tomorrow you're at work, you really don't feel like being there. So if you want to get an update on the weekend forecast, that's where you go. I'm going to try to wash the car tomorrow. We'll see.
All right.
You mentioned a jog, too.
See, the problem is not all the sidewalks are, that's the problem.
And that's kind of where I'm at. I would love to.
Right.
The cold doesn't really bother me.
Right, me either. It's just to get out in the sun, you know what I mean?
And if I try to run on snow, I will break something. So I'd prefer not to do that.
Yeah, all right. The old cliche is defense wins championships, right? But that could be true in the case of the Eagles.
We'll talk about their matchup with Minnesota, and a local Olympian speaks with us about qualifying for the first time. AJ Donatoni has those stories next.
We come from mountains and coastlines, small towns and big cities. But we all come with a dream of gold around our necks and a song in our hearts. All for one team and one team for all.
Eyewitness News is brought to you by Geisinger Careworks, affordable urgent care close to home.
Stop by Ken Pollock Nissan and take advantage of new savings for the new year. Take 25% off MSRP on all 2017 Nissan Sentras and Altimas, or lease the Sentra for just $129 a month. Drive away in the Nissan you want from a dealer you can trust.
Why do we choose the road less traveled? To feed our curiosity and experience the unfamiliar. Discover for yourself the unexpected and come to find it's more exciting to go your own way. Welcome to South Carolina, where what you discover is up to you. South Carolina, just right.
No way your furniture's here already.
Raymore and Flanagan, 3-day delivery.
Do not mention delivery.
Ever wonder if there's a better way to shop for furniture?
Let me show you.
Wow.
Raymore and Flanagan.
That's my new living room.
Bigger selection.
That is beautiful.
Better service.
Come together, right?
No.
Guaranteed delivery in 3 days or less.
Isn't it great?
That's what I needed.
Awesome.
Where'd you say she got her furniture from?
Raymore and Flanagan. Great style, delivered.
Warm up with savings this month, only at Ken Pollock Nissan. Take 20% off MSRP on all 2017 Nissan Titan XDs and Maximas, or lease the Maxima for just $279 a month, only at Ken Pollock Nissan.
You fought for our country, and now we want to thank you. Join Eyewitness News as we discuss the issues that matter most to local veterans. Watch Veterans Views, weeknights at 5:30 on WBRE. Eyewitness News closed captioning is brought to you by Raymore and Flanagan. Guaranteed delivery in 3 days or less. Now, Eyewitness Sports, 6-time winner of the PAB's Excellence in Broadcasting Award.
A lot of the focus for this week's NFC Championship between the Eagles and Vikings is on the quarterbacks, and we'll talk about them in a minute, but it's the defenses that really define these teams. Philly ranked 4th in total defense in the regular season, while Minnesota boasts the #1 defense in the NFL. The Eagles secondary will have to deal with stud wideouts Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs, while the front seven will focus on running back Latavius Murray. Fun fact, defensive tackle Bo Allen is a native of Minnetonka, Minnesota. But don't worry, his allegiance to the Eagles cannot be questioned this week.
I'm going to put an end to this real quick. My dad is not a Vikings fan. My family's not Vikings fans at all. Nobody I'm friends with is Vikings fans. Everybody's going to be supporting me in the Philadelphia Eagles. So I don't want to create any sort of discussion on that topic.
I think you got to attack those guys the same way I would attack last week. I mean, those guys who you see them consistently making big plays, throughout this whole year, especially 19 and 14, both of those guys. They're really big targets for that team. And, I mean, like I said, they're making big plays all the time, so definitely have to lock in.
So about the quarterbacks, let's see if you can follow all this to how we got to this point. 2015, the Eagles traded Nick Foles to the Rams for Sam Bradford. Foles would lose his starting job in St. Louis that season, paving the way for his backup, Case Keenum, to take over. In 2016, the Eagles drafted Carson Wentz, so they traded Bradford to Minnesota. This past offseason, the Vikings signed Keenum as a backup, and he replaced Bradford, who went down with an injury. While that happened, Foles returned to the Eagles to back up and eventually replace Wentz, also due to injury. And that, my friends, is how you get Nick Foles versus Case Keenum in the NFC Championship this week. This Saturday, Eyewitness Sports will present the road to the big game. Robin D and I and some of our media friends will have complete coverage of the Philadelphia Eagles as they prepare to face the Vikings in the NFC Championship. You can catch the road to the big game on Eyewitness News throughout the weekend. The Winter Olympics opening ceremony is exactly 3 weeks away, and we cannot wait to see how our local athletes perform in Pyeongchang. For instance, Clark Summit native Adam Rippon qualified for his first U.S. men's figure skating team at the age of 28. Rippon is a national champion and won several junior titles, but will finally be competing in the Olympics for the first time. Back in 2002, we featured Rippon, then just 13 years old, as he trained on the ice in the hopes of one day qualifying for the Olympics. We talked to Rippon recently. Here's what he had to say about that.
You know, I saw that footage, actually. I saw it online. But you know what? I remember being that young kid. I remember going into the rink at 6 a.m. every day, getting ready, and, you know, it being freezing cold outside, but still wanting to go skating in the morning. And, you know, it feels like it's full circle now, going to the Olympics.
We will have much more with Adam leading up to February 8th. And at the Australian Open on Thursday, more success down under for the men's top seeds. Novak Djokovic is seeking his 7th Aussie title. He dropped the first set of his second-round match, but went on to defeat Gael Monfils. Roger Federer, meanwhile, picked up another straight-set win over Jan-Lennard Struff as he goes after Grand Slam win number 20. Temperatures, by the way, down under in Melbourne, approaching 100-plus degrees. That's your check on sports. Josh is back with a much colder forecast next.
Eyewitness News is brought to you by Fellerman and Saramboli, where results matter. Give us a call at 714-HURT or visit us online at 714hurt.com.
Get a great deal on a new Subaru at Wyoming Valley Subaru. Sign and drive a 2018 Subaru Impreza for only $199 a month. Check out our selection online or come see us at Wyoming Valley Subaru.
Making good friends. It only happens for a limited time. Rebath safety sale going on now. Save $1,000 off any tub to shower conversion. That's right, $1,000 off. Or save $2,000 off any walk-in safety tub. Yes, $2,000 off. Visit our design center, where our designers will help you create a bathroom that's perfect for you and your needs. Or call for a free in-home consultation. This sale is ending soon, so take the worries out of bathing and call Rebath today.
No way your furniture's here already.
Raymore and Flanagan, 3-day delivery.
Do not mention delivery.
Ever wonder if there's a better way to shop for furniture?
Let me show you.
Wow.
Raymore and Flanagan.
Have my new living room.
Bigger selection.
That is beautiful.
Better service.
Come together, right?
No.
Guaranteed delivery in 3 days or less.
Isn't it great?
That's what I needed.
Awesome.
Where'd you say she got her furniture from?
Raymore and Flanagan. Great style, delivered.
She is the infectious disease doctor
How are you doing?
that actually made your diagnosis.
Oh, you're doing great. I think of you all the time. That I've been wanting to say thank you to you. Oh my gosh.
Making healthcare better together. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield and Lehigh Valley Health Network.
Great deals and great vehicles at Wyoming Valley Subaru. Get 0% financing on a 2018 Subaru Outback or Forester. With our brand new facility and state-of-the-art service center, there's a lot to love at Wyoming Valley Subaru.
Making good friends.
Here's what's on WBRE later tonight. Brought to you by the Pisantian Law Firm. Injured? Get excellent attorneys. Get the Pisantian Law Firm.
A local organization that's helped the visually impaired for a century is marking a new beginning with a new name and more.
When I see you at 7 for Eyewitness News on WYOU, we will have much more on some of the new changes ahead. All right, we'll let the warm-up begin, ladies and gentlemen.
Slowly, yes, yes. Tomorrow morning, it's not going to be all that warm. It's going to be between 10 and 15. Tomorrow afternoon, some sun, highs in the low to mid-30s. This is why I want to get the car washed.
I like that idea.
I think I will. The question is, do I clean out the inside?
No, save that for a rainy day.
No.
Okay.
Save it for the spring.
Yeah. Remember, Eyewitness News and Weather is on your Alexa platforms with the Eyewitness News, WBRE, WYOU Flash.
Go to pahomepage.com to learn how to do it. It's simple. We will see you back here at 11 o'clock. Thanks for watching.
Eyewitness News, streaming live on pahomepage.com.
Tonight, growing concern of a government shutdown. 1 day till the deadline, both sides digging in, and President Trump adding to the confusion. We'll tell you how a shutdown could impact your family, from travel plans dashed to a lot of paychecks delayed. Shocking new details inside that California House of Horrors.
These defendants eventually began using chains and padlocks to chain up the victims to their beds.
What it was like for those 13 starving siblings saved by their 17-year-old sister, who police say planned her escape for 2 years. YouTube fighting back against a dangerous dare. Believe it or not, kids challenging each other to eat laundry detergent pods. An alert for parents tonight. Finalists revealed in the Amazon sweepstakes. A lot of jobs on the line. Did your city make the cut? And holy matrimony. Imagine being married by the Pope himself aboard his plane. One couple's flight of a lifetime.
This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Savannah Guthrie in for Lester, and here we go again. The Washington cliffhanger Americans have gotten all too used to. Will the government keep running, or are we headed for yet another shutdown? Tonight, each party flexing muscles, exerting leverage, doing the political calculus. Who has the most to lose? Who will be blamed if it all goes south? We start tonight where the action is, Capitol Hill, and NBC's Casey Hunt.
Will you be withholding your vote?
On Capitol Hill, pleading their case directly to senators.
But that's why
Are you going to support us?
These dreamers' futures as uncertain as the scramble behind closed doors in Washington, where tonight it's increasingly likely the federal government will be closed come Saturday morning.
Do you think that we're headed for a shutdown?
You know, I don't know.
The House set to vote tonight to keep the doors open, but only for the next month.
I have confidence we'll pass this because I think members understand why on earth would we want to have a government shutdown.
But in the Senate, Democrats are digging in. A senior Democratic aide telling NBC News they have the votes to force a shutdown.
Do you think Democrats should take a stand for dreamers and not vote for this?
I think we ought to take a stand for sanity.
Democrats under pressure to show they're standing up to President Trump.
Could happen. We'll see what happens. It's up to the Democrats.
But Republicans control Congress and the White House. Leader Mitch McConnell planning to keep senators in Washington through the weekend, holding votes aimed at embarrassing the Democratic senators running for re-election in 2018.
You think Democrats would take the blame for a shutdown?
I'm not even going to go to that discussion because I think we're still negotiating, and it's not over till it's over.
If there is a shutdown, much of the federal government would be closed by Monday. Employees furloughed, including 61% of those at the CDC during a major flu epidemic. Some monuments, many national parks, the National Zoo would be shuttered, and passport renewals could be delayed. Left still waiting would be the dreamers, like Reina Montoya, whose parents fled Mexico when she was 13.
All the things that I have built in this country, in my home back in Mesa, Arizona, they can be taken away if this Congress doesn't act.
And some last-minute drama here tonight. The president calling House conservatives from Air Force One to urge them to vote with him on this critical House vote tonight so that Democrats take the lion's share of the blame for the shutdown. Savannah.
All right, Casey, starting us off, thank you. High anxiety as well as the White House, as Casey mentioned, as the budget deadline nears. The president showed his frustration and was full of blame on a visit to a factory. As White House correspondent Kristen Welker reports now, he lashed out at Democrats, but also sent some mixed signals.
sharp words in Pittsburgh today. President Trump accusing Democrats of trying to force a government shutdown.
The Democrats want to see a shutdown to get off this subject because this subject is not working for them. The tax cuts and tax reform has not been working well for the Democrats now.
But potentially complicating that strategy, the president's own mixed messages, including on the issue of CHIP, the Children's Health Care Program, which provides health care to some 9 million low-income children. Right now, the GOP short-term budget bill includes funding for CHIP for 6 years. But this morning, Mr. Trump tweeted CHIP should be a part of a long-term solution, not a 30-day or short-term extension. That sparking widespread confusion on Capitol Hill, the White House trying to clarify.
Yes, he supports the CHIP program, and he supports the continuing resolution.
Adding to the turmoil, the president also seemed to be at odds with his own chief of staff, John Kelly, over the issue of immigration, a key part of the budget battle. Kelly reportedly privately telling a group of lawmakers yesterday there will be no border wall along the entire southern border, and saying last night on Fox News,
this has been an evolutionary process that this president has gone through.
But Mr. Trump firing back on Twitter today, insisting the wall is the wall. It has never changed or evolved from the first day I conceived of it. Late today, Mr. Trump trying to mend that apparent rift.
I think General Kelly's done a really great job.
So has the mixed messaging undercut the president's ability to lead the thorny budget negotiations?
The president has sown confusion on a series of issues. He has made it more difficult to come to an agreement than it otherwise should have been.
Tonight, one top White House official tells me the odds of a shutdown were 1 in 4 yesterday, and now about 50%. Adding urgency, Saturday marks 1 year since the president was sworn into office, and a government shutdown would cast a major cloud, Savannah.
Kristen Welker at the White House, thank you. And now to the story whose details are almost too awful to utter and impossible to understand. We are learning more about the unthinkable conditions 13 siblings were forced to endure, a torture chamber, as one official called it, all allegedly at the hands of their own parents. Well, today those parents appeared in court. NBC national correspondent Miguel Almaguer with more now and a warning. The details are disturbing.
Complaint and simply enter pleas of not guilty.
Pleading not guilty in court.
Do you understand that right? Yeah.
David and Louise Turpin facing multiple counts of torture and imprisonment. David Turpin accused of committing a lewd act on a child.
This is severe, emotional, physical abuse. There's no way around that. These defendants are facing up to 94 years to life in prison.
The district attorney says the 13 children lived in a home described as a torture chamber. They were chained, abused, and allowed to shower only once a year. Tonight, a law enforcement official tells NBC News the children were fed one rationed meal each day.
They began to be tied up. First with ropes. One victim at one point was tied up and hog-tied.
The victims are so weak, they're receiving antibiotics and nutrition through an IV. So malnourished, they could still go into shock. The Turpin's 29-year-old daughter weighs just 82 pounds.
These defendants eventually began using chains and padlocks to chain up the victims to their beds.
The alleged abuse got worse over time. There were beatings and strangulation.
They were not allowed to have toys, although there were many toys found in the house that were in their original package and had never been opened.
The rooms inside this home were urine-filled. The children were not unchained to use the bathroom.
The parents would apparently buy food for themselves and not allow the children to eat it.
Tonight, David and Louise Turpin shackled and hauled back to jail. A confinement, say investigators, more humane than what they subjected their own children to.
When investigators arrived here, they say a 22-year-old was chained to a bed. They say many of the children didn't even know what a police officer was. Hundreds of journals kept by the children have also been recovered. And tonight, Savannah, the district attorney says the suspects, the parents in this case, used to eat cake and pie in front of their starving children as they were forced to sit there and watch. Savannah.
Miguel Almaguer, thank you for your report. We move now to the deadly flu epidemic. As that virus continues to spread, doctors say this season could be much longer than they thought, even another 13 weeks as more lives are lost. And scientists are searching desperately tonight for a better vaccine. Here's NBC's Kristen Dahlgren.
Across the country,
the flu has claimed another life in Massachusetts.
It's getting even more deadly in California. The flu is hitting hard and fast.
By Tuesday morning, he was gone.
Young and old, even previously healthy people are dying. An aggressive strain circulating. A new thermometer that connects to a smartphone, the Kinza, records fevers and symptoms in real time. Data showing more than 12 million people may now have the flu, the most cases around St. Louis. According to the CDC, 78% of samples tested this year have been the most aggressive of the 4 known flu strains, H3N2.
Our vaccine is probably least effective against H3N2. Slightly less vaccine immunity and slightly more aggressiveness, it ends up being a bad year. These are flu viruses.
New York's Mount Sinai Hospital is one of the places looking for a vaccine that covers all strains and mutations.
Why is it so hard to find a vaccine that works across the board? It's always changing. And we need about 6 months to make a vaccine.
The National Institutes of Health has designated a so-called super vaccine a top priority. One vaccine you wouldn't have to get every year. It's being tested, but could still be 5 to 10 years away. So for now, the CDC is pushing the vaccine it does have.
Protect your family. Everyone needs a flu vaccine.
And a lot of hand washing, with as much as 3 months of flu season still to go. Kristen Dahlgren, NBC News, New York.
Parts of the South are struggling to recover tonight after days of frigid temperatures, snow, and ice, a combination that turned out to be deadly. NBC's Tammy Leitner has more from the frozen South.
Tonight, crashes from Georgia to North Carolina. At least 12 dead from a deep freeze across the South. First responders fighting through the snow after this rig jackknifed. Rivers frozen solid in Maine and Connecticut.
We're running in the ice that's about 3 feet thick in some spots.
And in Tampa, rarely seen black ice. In Louisiana, an 8-month-old baby died after a car lost control on an icy road. In Greensboro, North Carolina, the accidents kept coming.
We had over 150 reported accidents yesterday in the city of Greensboro, which is unusual for us.
Forcing residents like Byron Bailiff to walk the 7 miles round trip to check on his 90-year-old mother.
The roads were impassable yesterday. I didn't want to put anybody at danger.
With more bitter cold expected Friday morning and many schools closed for yet another day, kids like Mackenzie are making the best of it.
Daddy, should this be good?
Tammy Leitner, NBC News, Greensboro, North Carolina.
An extraordinary moment in court today during the sentencing hearing of the former USA gymnastics doctor accused of molesting the young girls in his care. The judge tearing into the defendant, Dr. Larry Nassar, who said he shouldn't have to hear all those victims' stories. NBC's Stephanie Gosk now on the latest from the courtroom.
I know the truth. And I know I'm worthy of sharing my story.
After 2 full days of emotional statements from Larry Nassar's accusers,
this man has broken my world.
The former head doctor for the Olympic gymnastics team wrote a 6-page single-space letter. He's heard enough.
This isn't worth the paper it's written on. There's no truth in here. It's delusional.
In the letter, Nassar says he can't handle the testimony emotionally and attacks Judge Rosemarie Aquilina.
Judge Aquilina is seeking media attention over court protocol. Really?
Nassar pleaded guilty to multiple state charges of child sexual abuse. As part of that agreement, the Michigan court invited all of his accusers, nearly 150 women, to speak at his sentencing, including Olympic bronze medal winner Jamie Dancher.
You're a pathetic monster that is only sorry you got caught.
Dancher, together with Olympic stars Simone Biles and Michaela Maroney, all say Nassar abused them at the Texas ranch owned by Bella and Marta Caroli. In the past, the Carolis denied having any knowledge of the abuse. Tonight, USA Gymnastics says it is terminating its agreement with the Romanian husband and wife who have become synonymous with gymnastics success. Their Texas ranch will no longer serve as the national team training center, while the damage done there will last. according to a statement read on behalf of Michaela Maroney.
He left scars on my psyche that may never go away.
As the statement was read, Nasser shook his head. Like every other woman, Maroney asked for the maximum sentence, a decision the court won't make until every accuser has a chance to be heard. Stephanie Gosk, NBC News.
Could as many as 50,000 new jobs be coming to your city? The answer may be yes, depending on where Amazon decides to build its second headquarters. And today the competition was narrowed to just 20 finalists. Here's NBC's business correspondent Jolene Kent.
Amazon will feel right at home here.
Of the nearly 240 bids from across America, the 20 finalists are mostly in the East and South, from big cities like Boston, Dallas, and Atlanta to the midsize like Columbus, Raleigh, and Nashville. Miami is rolling out the red carpet.
I don't know of any other property that has this much contiguous land under the same ownership that they can offer Amazon one holistic solution.
Philadelphia is offering $1 billion in tax breaks.
It is a game changer for us. 50,000 jobs, well-paying jobs, can change an entire city and change an entire culture.
The competition between close neighbors is fierce, too. We're here in Newark, New Jersey, which is going head-to-head against New York City, just 12 miles to the east.
Washington, D.C. facing off against nearby Northern Virginia and Montgomery County, Maryland.
The 20 cities are going to be assiduously courting Amazon. The jobs multiplier of Amazon picking your city is endless, and it's going to be probably at least 5 times the number of employees that Amazon actually hires.
As Seattle knows, the online shopping giant can also bring more traffic and higher housing prices. Amazon says it will deliver its decision later this year. Jolene Kent, NBC News, Newark, New Jersey.
Still ahead, the dangerous craze sweeping social media. It has parents baffled, teens daring each other to eat laundry pods. Also, is there a new baby boom happening across the country? Stay with us.
If you have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, isn't it time to let the real you shine through? Maybe it's time for Otezla, a Premolast. Otezla is not an injection or a cream. It's a pill that treats plaque psoriasis differently. With Otezla, 75% clearer skin is achievable after just 4 months, with reduced redness, thickness, and scaliness of plaques. And the Otezla prescribing information has no requirement for routine lab monitoring. Don't use if you're allergic to Otezla. Otezla may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Tell your doctor if these occur. Otezla is associated with an increased risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts, or if these feelings develop. Some people taking Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Other side effects include upper respiratory tract infection and headache. Tell your doctor about all the medicines you take and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Ask your dermatologist about Otezla today. Otezla, show more of you.
Hey, what are you guys doing here?
We're Voya. We stay with you to and through retirement.
So you'll still be here to help me make smart choices?
Well, with your finances, that is. We had nothing to do with that tie.
Voya, helping you to
and through
retirement.
Fast-acting ZzzQuil liquid caps help you fall asleep fast. Like, stop staring at the clock fast. Like, stop worrying about your boss fast. Like, wow, you're already asleep fast. When life keeps you up, ZzzQuil helps you fall asleep in as little as 20 minutes.
Each day, Justin chooses to walk. At work and after work. He does it all with Dr. Scholl's. Only Dr. Scholl's has massaging gel insoles that provide all-day comfort to keep him feeling more energized. Dr. Scholl's, born to move.
Welcome to all the possibilities the morning can bring.
Hoda has a real gift of connecting with people.
Just having her there makes you feel good.
I've never worked in a place that felt like family before. This is it.
Welcome to a new today.
We are back with a bizarre and dangerous trend that has parents and health authorities alarmed. Teenagers daring one another to bite into laundry detergent pods. In response, tonight YouTube says it will take down videos that show kids doing it. We get more now from NBC's Blake McCoy.
Bite. It's the latest head-scratching social media craze, and 16-year-old Chris Oseguera has done it.
Yeah, I could taste the chemicals. It's not a good thing to taste.
Teens intentionally ingesting highly toxic Tide laundry pods and posting the videos to YouTube, challenging others to do the same. Now, YouTube says it will remove the videos because they encourage dangerous activities.
No, 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 no.
It comes days after football star Rob Gronkowski teamed up with Tide, urging kids to stop.
What the heck is going on, people?
Consumer groups are also sounding the alarm.
It really has gone too far. And the teenagers that are doing this need to understand that this is reckless, that this is a poisonous substance that they're putting into their bodies.
Detergent pods already under fire for resembling candy. Last year, Poison Control Centers reported more than 10,000 kids under the age of 5 coming into contact with the pods. It's too early for numbers on older kids intentionally ingesting them. Osagira's video has already been taken off YouTube.
Why did you do this? What made you do this?
It's just I really wanted the views, and I thought, and I guess that I think I wanted to try it.
He's now posted it to Twitter, a quest for more clicks as social media cracks down on this dangerous new trend. Blake McCoy, NBC News, Chicago.
We're back in a moment with a dramatic rescue in the ocean. The innovative way 2 boys were saved in dangerous surf.
And the wolf huffed and puffed.
Like you do sometimes, Grandpa?
Well, when you have COPD, it can be hard to breathe. It can be hard to get air out, which can make it hard to get air in. So I talked to my doctor. She said,
Symbicort could help you breathe better, starting within 5 minutes. Symbicort doesn't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden symptoms. Symbicort helps provide significant improvement of your lung function. Symbicort is for COPD, including chronic bronchitis and emphysema. It should not be taken more than twice a day. Symbicort contains formoterol. Medicines like formoterol increase the risk of death from asthma problems. Symbicort may increase your risk of lung infections, osteoporosis, and some eye problems. You should tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it.
Symbicort could mean a day with better breathing. Watch out, Piggy.
Get Symbicort free for up to 1 year. Visit SaveOnSymbicort.com today to learn more. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
How can you make your hair even stronger? Use Pantene shampoo together with 3-Minute Miracle Daily Conditioner. Their Pro-V formula is like a multivitamin, making your hair 2 times stronger. See the difference when you add 3-Minute Miracle Daily Conditioner.
We're wired with 100 billion nerve cells, so when aggravated nerves cause pain, use New Salonpas Lidocaine Plus.
One anesthetic numbs nerves fast, while maximum strength lidocaine
Calms them for hours.
New Salonpas Lidocaine Plus. Also try our lidocaine patch.
Are you reluctant to eat in public because of your denture? Try Super Polygrip. It holds for 12 hours to reduce denture movement, helps provide better bite, seals out 74% more food particles, and enhances your denture fit. Try Super Polygrip.
You might take something for your heart or joints, but do you take something for your brain? With an ingredient originally found in jellyfish, Prevagen is the #1 selling brain health supplement in drugstores nationwide. Prevagen, the name to remember.
You can't predict the market, but through good times and bad, at T. Rowe Price, we've helped our investors stay confident for over 80 years. Call us or your advisor. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
When you have a cold, stuff happens. Shut down cold symptoms fast with maximum strength Alka-Seltzer Plus liquid gels.
World, it's the box with 30% savings for safe drivers. Coming at you with my brand new vlog. Just making some ice in my freezer here, so check back for that follow-up vid. This is my cashew guy, Bruno. Holler at him, Brune. Kicking it live and direct here at the Fountain. Should I go habanero or Maui onion? Should I buy a chinchilla? Comment below. Did I mention I save people $620 for switching? Chinchilla updates? Got that chinchilla after all. Say what up, Rocco?
Some fascinating new numbers out tonight on women and fertility. A Pew study found that American women are waiting longer to have children. The median age at which women become mothers is now 26 compared to 23 back in 1994. They may be waiting longer, but women are now more likely to have children than they were a decade ago. 86% have children compared with 80% 10 years ago. Caught on police dash cam, a terrifying highway close call. Watch this. A car spinning out of control, slamming into a tow truck, and then going airborne. The tow truck driver barely escaped with his life, but amazingly, nobody was injured. Michigan State Police released this video to remind everyone to slow down in these snowy and icy conditions. And a remarkable scene in Australia today. 2 teenage boys became caught in dangerous high surf, but instead of lifeguards trying to save them, a drone was deployed and it dropped an inflatable rescue raft. The boys quickly grabbed onto it with them.